Hello, welcome to GPTV on Monday the 5th of December of the year 2011. My name is Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
And we're here to talk about the week that was in Melbourne real estate. And Gary, I must say I'm enormously excited today for two reasons. Firstly, we've only got 2 more auction weekends to go, and I must say I'm starting to feel the pain of a very busy year.
Yes.
And secondly, we had such an enormous feedback from last week's GPTV, which we sent out. We've had that many hits on it. I think, Gary, we may be becoming media superstars.
I think we're a long way from that, and I don't mind saying, Phil, I've copped it plenty this week. I've copped it. We've been called the footy show of real estate. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I think not. Roy and HG, the poor man's Roy and HG. I've copped it absolute pounding for some of the auction footage when I had a couple of extra chins there a little while ago before I dropped a few off. So
I must say, if I can just butt in at this stage,
Yeah.
You are looking very svelte these days.
Oh, very svelte,
I must say, the new you, Gary, it's lean, it's mean, it's primed really for 2012, and given the fact it has been a difficult market this year, I'm really pleased that you've stepped up to the plate and got yourself in shape.
Well, the market's not what it was, let's face it, and I think you've got to be lean and tough to see it through, Philip. So I'm sending a message out there to my clients that we're up to the challenge of these challenging times.
Fantastic.
And we've had some, what other comments do we have? Oh, my hair, someone bagged me for that. So it's been it's been a very confronting week on GPTV, but before we go on about that, I think we should talk a little bit about the weekend that was, to give our viewers a sense of how things are out there in the world of real estate.
Well, I'm rapt to say, Gary, that we've had another great week. 7 auctions, 7 results, so that's 7 out of 7, which is 100%, and that's against an industry clearance rate of an adjusted 53%. So once again, Gary Peer and Associates did lead the charge in Melbourne real estate in spring with 100%, and we're certainly very proud of that.
It's summer, Philip, actually.
It is 1st of December now, Gary.
Yes,
you're absolutely right.
Summer charge, which is great. Let's talk a little bit about some of those results. They were just terrific, and they may be of interest to people that are tuning in, and specifically those that are watching the properties in the area. And Philip, you started off on Sunday in ALBION Street in CAULFIELD South. Tell us a bit about that one.
I did, Gary. That was a charming period home on the south side on about 600 square metres of land. The vendor there had lived in the house for 36 years, which is more time than we'd like our people to stay in houses, but really does say something about the house and the street. Reserve there of $825. I believe he would have sold for less than that. We ended up putting it on the market at his preferred price of $825 and sold for $840. 2 very strong competitive bidders.
Terrific. One of my Sunday auctions was in RAPHAEL Street, also in Caulfield, but this time Caulfield North, and that was in the same family for some 60 years, so lots of memories there. A period home on a small block of land. We were quoting $8 to $880, prices undisclosed, but it did sell on the upper end of the range. And very competitive auction, was terrific, and good to see people fighting for that one. I think probably going to be pulled down, most likely something new created. We had a couple of sales in Hotham Street, St Kilda. They went well in Tennyson Street, Elwood. I had a property there that David Cutler handled, did a great job too, very happy vendors. And Oak Crescent also.
I did that auction, Gary, and that was a very smooth auction. Three bidders there, and really went like clockwork. You're probably wondering what this is all about, Gary. Some champagne and chocolates, bottle of French champagne. We've also got some gold class movie tickets. I thought, given the popularity now of GPTV, it's time to start giving things away. And the reason I've got these is because we had such overwhelming feedback last week. I want to revisit ideas@garypeer.com.au because we're really looking for feedback. We want to know what you're looking for from GPTV. We'd also welcome any ideas that you'd like us to discuss on GPTV. So I thought it'd be timely to give something away. Next week, for those people that do send us an idea at GPTV, we're going to send something like this, the champagne and chocolates or the tickets to Gold Class Cinema.
Or both.
Or both, you never know if the idea is that great.
We had a good idea this week. Sarah H actually wrote in, sent us an email, and was talking about the properties that didn't sell, and sort of, I guess, tongue-in-cheek said, look, you guys are great salespeople, you're talking all the good news. What about the vendors that don't sell? What about the buyers? How do they behave in a past-in auction? How do vendors cope? What do we do as agents? It's a great topic, and it's one that we are going to cover because we're out of time and we don't want to ramble on GPTV. But we are going to cover next week that for you, Sarah H. Thanks for your suggestion, and it is a very important topic. And yes, we are here, we did say at the start of the year, not just for the good news, but the actual facts and the challenges for vendors and buyers alike in the real estate world.
Thanks for tuning in to GPTV. Have a great week. We look forward to seeing you next Monday.
See you then. Cheers.